I wasn't feeling 100%, but really needed to get out for some landscape photography, so thought this would be a great opportunity to do some drone photography at a place I'd been thinking about for some time. I wanted to use the drone to take photos firstly from over the middle of the rock pool, but then also send it up the creek, which is difficult to get to without getting in the water. I'd expected there wouldn't be anyone else there, but I was wrong. There were people all up the creek where I wanted to fly, as well as sitting at the top of the falls. I took a photo with my camera and sat down to wait, thinking surely they'd move at some point. Yeah, they didn't. So I ended up changing my plan and thought I'd make a peaceful video of the creek and started recording the sounds of the little cascades, at which point more people turned up with music blasting. At that point, I decided to give up on plans A and B and move on elsewhere. What I think I'm going to do now is just head to Hin's Dam, not to the spot I normally go, but there's a boat ramp just not far from there. I've had a bit of a not the best run of things of late. So after this, I've had some issues with my back, and this have a self-inflicted slight concussion. I then got the flu and haven't been that well for the last 2 weeks. I'm now mostly over it, but I'm still really tired, like got a massive lack of energy. So which is why I thought I'd go do some stuff with the drone. I thought that's going to be easy. That's also why at Hin's Dam I'm not going to walk down, even though it's not very far, I'm still not going to walk down to where I normally go. Go down to Hin's Dam, probably put the drone up down there, and I don't know, we'll see. Something I did want to point out is my van. I actually bought this last year now to turn into a camper, and I have so far not done anything about that, but I've just recently started buying various bits and pieces to get a move on it. So over the next, I was going to say few months, although I'm going to be going away in the not too distant future, I'll be doing this up and then should have some overnights a little bit further afield, which will be fun, hey? Tangled. Oh dear. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's a little bit windy. It wasn't just before, and now the second I put the drone up, just gonna have to see. I'm just gonna do a panorama from up here to start with. And then I'll see about sending the drone off. It's a little bit windy, so I'm not too sure. Now with panoramas, I don't like using the built-in ones with the drone. I prefer just to basically do it the same as I would with my camera. The Mini 3 Pro, you can put the gimbal up to vertical, So I take vertical shots going across. Obviously put into manual so that none of the settings change, and that includes, yeah, white balance, cool. And then just take a series of shots, just turning, overlapping by about half each time. If you've got blown out highlights, a quick tip to make them look more natural is to add a curves layer and then just slightly bring down the whites in the appropriate individual channels. I brought down the blue and green channels, which adds just a touch of yellow and magenta, but if it was a blue sky, you might bring down, say, the red channel to add a hint of cyan. It's very subtle, but I think it makes a difference. Actually. Man. It was a bit windy today, and I knew that, and I thought that's why I was going to the other place. All right, I'm going to land my drone because it's really windy at the moment, so you can just come straight back down. I've got one last thing to do. This won't be drone related, but it'll make me very happy that I brought my camera with me. A really long time actually since I've been down to this boat ramp, and I thought there wasn't quite as much of a view at this little spot. I have actually taken a photo here many years ago, and I don't remember it being quite so open and clear, but maybe it was. Unfortunately, there's power lines and stuff up, although you'd need to be taking quite a lot of the sky for that to go in. So anyway, I'm gonna just pull my camera out and take a couple of photos, and look, it's not gonna be very much of a sunset anyway. I think I need to probably get a move on and take some while there's still a bit of light going on the trees down here, because it's gonna be pretty boring once it's gone. So I better do that quick smart. My long lens with me, which I don't because I was intending to do drone photography, I might get some good photos of some black cockatoos. So that's what's making all that noise, but sulphur-crested cockatoos just been going across and screeching. That's a black cockatoo. This is one of those days where you just got to kind of roll with the punches and accept that things are not going to work out how you wanted them to, and just appreciate being out anyway. I really, really needed to get out of the house. I've decided that social media is not good for my mental well-being, and so I need to get off that and instead get outside. And even though very noisy, aren't they, the black cockatoos? Even though I've not been particularly successful today, I don't know that there's going to be any particularly exciting photos out of it. Just getting out of the house has been really nice, and even though it's not the quietest spot, barring the black cockatoos, there's some other, I don't know, motor generator, some sort of noise going on up that way. It's, yeah, it just does you good to be out and about. So I did decide to wait for the sunset. Thought might as well. Haven't really got any colour. There was a bit of the cloud kind of came in above, but it was a bit still too high. If there'd been a bit more light, it might have been a bit dramatic, but this has made me realise this is going to be a really good spot for getting some storm clouds as they come in from either the west or the south. So put it away in the memory bank. I'd completely forgotten about this spot. Maybe in the long run, it'll be good that my plans today never came off. Oh, it's really, really good to be out. It can be so easy to make reasons why not to go out, and being a perfectionist, I often think, you know, I get into my head that if things aren't going to be perfect or just right, then maybe it's not worth it. But once I actually get out, it's always worth it. Even when, like today, stuff doesn't go to plan, and you know, I really don't think I've got any, you know, super exciting photos from it, but just what it does for my heart and soul to get out of the house, get this camera in my hands, and yeah, can't beat it, can't beat it. Landscape photography, the gift that keeps on giving. You know, last time I was down here, my drone almost got snatched by an osprey. It was pretty darn close. I also got a really good panorama actually with the drone that day. If you haven't seen it, go check the video out. Like, it's really good footage because I'm actually filming as the osprey's hunting the drone down. So if you haven't seen it, go check that out now. And look, get outside, get taking photos, no matter how simple, and even if it's, you know, just your backyard, just get out, take photos, and be well.